Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with my daily theology lesson. It's my daily meditation that I do for myself. I record it and I release it because maybe somebody out there can get something out of it. It just so happens that I love God and I love theology. Choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's whom you serve. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. That doesn't mean that you don't have to deal with your consequence, good or bad, But if you have issues you're dealing with, bring it over to God's team and he'll help you get through it. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. And love yourself, because if no one loves you, if you love yourself, you'll be okay. And never give up on yourself. If you lost everything you have, if you have yourself, you have everything. You can always rebuild. For those of you just tuning in, I focus out of 3 major religious texts: the Bible, the Quran, and I'm in an introductory Buddhist paperback text called The Shape of Suffering, and it deals with dependent co-arising. Without no this, there's no that. And everything that we say and do has an effect on our senses. I'll be coming out of the Bible, out of Mark chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 1. I may not get all, I'm not going to get all the way through it, but I'll tell you, I might, but if I don't, then I'll tell you where I stop at, okay? And this chapter has dealt a lot with accounts of Jesus and his disciples going from town to town, and him preaching and the different circumstances that he was in and the different discussions that he had with them along the way. Okay? And he began to speak unto them by parables. A certain man planted a vineyard and set an hedge about it and digged a place for the wine vat and built a tower and let it out to husbandmen and went into a far country. I think I've read this one, it seems like. It all sometimes sounds the same. I think these are accounts, Hang on a second, because I don't want to reread it if I've already. Anyway, I'm just going to go on. Anyway. And he began to speak unto them by parables. A certain man planted a vineyard and set an hedge about it and digged a place for the wine vat and built a tower and let it out to husbandmen and went into a far country. So he sounds like, he let somebody else like rent the land, do the work for him, And at the season he sent to the husbandman a servant that he might receive from the husbandman of the fruit of the vineyard. And they caught him and beat him and sent him away empty. And again he sent unto them another servant, and at him they cast stones and wounded him in the head and sent him away shamefully handled. That's how people are. You help them out, boy, and they get to thinking that, what you gave them, they get to thinking they manifested it, even though they know they're dirty scoundrels and they stole it. They want to try to act like it belongs to them, they're thieves, There's a lot of that going around. A lot of thievery in this day. Right, bullies and bad guys. And again he sent unto them another servant, and at him they cast stones and wounded him in the head and sent him away shamefully handled. And again he sent another, and him they killed, and many others, beating some and killing some. Boy, they're some scoundrels. That's how they are. They're like that today. We can see it right now. We can see it going on today. Yeah, same thing. Having yet therefore one son, his well-beloved, he sent him also last unto them, saying, they will reverence my son. But those husbandmen said among themselves, this is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and the inheritance shall be ours. That's some miserable scoundrels, yeah. They're miserable scoundrels. And they took him and killed him and cast him out of the vineyard. What shall therefore the Lord of the vineyard do? He will come and destroy the husbandmen and will give the vineyard unto others. And have ye not read this scripture? The stone which the builders rejected is become the head of the corner. I think I read this chapter, but I'm going to just keep on going. I'm gonna make sure that I document it really well where I stop at, because I've had a little fluctuation in my schedules, and I may not have been as accurate in documenting where I left off at. And I don't want to go back through my notes and all of that. But anyway, so this was the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. And they sought to lay hold on him, but feared the people, for they knew that he had spoken the parable against them. And they left him and went their way. So he was just talking to a group of people, and they sounds like they became offended, or he thought they might be offended because of what he said, And they sent unto him certain of the Pharisees and of the Herodians to catch him in his words. Bullies and bad guys. Always trying to get somebody else caught up and twist their words, what the real meaning is. And when they were come, they say unto him, Master, we know that thou art true and carest for no man, for thou regardest not the person of men, but teachest the way of God in truth. It is lawful to give tribute. Is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not? So they're trying to trap him up, Christ up. See if he's going to say something. Let me see. Let's see what he's going to say. Shall we give or shall we not give? But he, knowing their hypocrisy, said unto them, Why tempt ye me? Bring me a penny that I may see it. Oh, they're talking about a penny back then, y'all. We have pennies today. We have pennies this day here in America. This is the Bible, thousands of years ago. And they brought it. And he said unto them, Whose is this image and Whose is this image and superscription? That's what it says. And they said unto him, Caesar's. And Jesus answering said unto them, Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. And they marveled at him. Then come unto him the Sadducees, which say, There is no resurrection. And they asked him, saying, I gotta see how much time I'm on. Master, Moses wrote unto us, if a man's brother die and leave his wife behind him, and leave no children, that his brother should take his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. Now there were 7 brethren, and the first took a wife, and dying left no seed. And we talked about this. We talked about this story. They're repeating some of the stories, okay, from previous chapters, okay? Because these, yeah, I'm just leaving right there for that. I don't have time to go any more deeper because I'm still studying myself, and it would take too much. Just let's take it for what it is, like we don't know anything, okay? Because I'm learning. Now there were 7 brethren, and the first took a wife, and dying left no seed. And the second took her, and died, neither left he any seed. And the third likewise. So it's 3 brothers, one woman. That's what it's saying. That's what it sounds like it's saying. Okay, we're going to study this like we're students, okay? And we're just going to learn together. And 7 had her and left no seed. Last of all, the woman died also. In the resurrection, therefore, when they shall rise, whose wife shall she be of them? For the 7 had her to wife. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Do ye not therefore err, because ye know not the scriptures, neither the power of God? I'm going to just stop right there. I'm going to stop right there. We'll pick it up later.